Kennedy, go ahead and any questions. Why do I feel so much resistance in doing readings now? Gotcha. I will say this much. Not that I feel a resistance, but like, well, then again, I think it was like because of a certain thing that was going on with me internally, like biologically speaking. But like for some time, I was struggling doing readings on here almost. I'm just like, I couldn't connect. So, and not to mention, even a client had told me that too. So, might be worth looking into. But let's see here. To my guys and accessories that website me. Why does she feel so much resistance in doing readings now? Why? Because all these two free. Why the resistance? Six of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Strength. Yeah, it's like a block in readings unless I'm doing small exchanges with people. Yeah, like either that or it's just me just doing private reads for clients and stuff like that. Huh. Let's see here. Why? Two of Pentacles and the Hermit. For one, you're being led someplace else for the time being. And then the other thing here is too is Six of Pentacles. So of course that talks about how much you spend, time-wise, monetarily wise, whatever. Um, Part of it is like maybe you spend too much time doing it, or you spend way too much energy into it. Um, and therefore maybe it might be best to kind of like walk away from it for a little, like take a break. I mean, with the strength card, it's like your power is still there. It's not like anything's waning. There might just be a thing here where you're just kind of like being led away from it somewhat. Come up for Hermit. 2, 3. Yeah, Five of Cups. Some of Five of Cups. 2, 3. King of Pentacles. Part of it may have to deal with like internal struggles. So like Five of Cups, that can go towards depression or sadness about something. Maybe even like a bit of stress. And then King of Pentacles is there, and you know Pentacles really goes towards the physical. And usually they will talk about being stable. So maybe like the reason being is because maybe your body is like directing you away from it. It's already been months. Spirit gets on my nerves. Cut in more as to why she feels resistance with this. Crystal, please, 2, 3. Page of Wands, the Sun, Knight of Wands. Tell me about the Sun, 2, 3. Eight of Pentacles. There might be something that you're being guided to go towards. Something that may be more demanding of your attention or creativity. It's like this. The energy never really goes, so it's not like they're telling you like, oh, quit it all together, or that like you're losing like some of your intuitive gifts or whatnot. I think part of it is your body, and part of it is like being led away from it just a little bit. So maybe there's a need to kind of like take a break and maybe deal with some things internally and direct your attention elsewhere for a little bit. I've been trying to balance it with work. It used to be work at school. I see. Overall, what is it? 2, 3. The Lovers, Ace of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. Something might be demanding more of your attention. The other thing here is too is Five of Pentacles is sometimes exhausting resources, so maybe it's best to kind of take a break from it. Do you guys want her to take a break from this just for a little? Cross out these 2, 3. Do you? Cross out these 2, 3. King of Swords, Page of Swords, King of Wands. That's not telling me anything. Yeah, do you guys want her to take a break from it? Pause with her free as Knave Carbon 2, 3. Six of Swords. That does talk about moving away. The Four of Pentacles talks about closing oneself off, so maybe taking a break might help, honestly. As well as, again, maybe there's something about like being led to like focus on something else. Yeah, I just feel too tired and don't want to be bothered with it, yet I still generate so many ideas. Here's what I would say, just take a break from it, but whatever ideas you have, just like write it down, of course, you know? And that way, when you get ready to go back into it, you can just hop back on it. Excuse me. But that's what I get. What's your last one? It could also just, again, like maybe like spiritually speaking, maybe you're exhausted somewhat. I don't know. I think it's just that type of thing that just happens every now and then, honestly. It low key breaks my heart because I do love readings. Yeah. I feel like it's fun to connect and whatever else. Because it's one thing that like many of us are truly good at amongst other things. So it's just like, why can't I do this? It's not like you can't just take a break. I would also say just watch who you give readings to, because sometimes it's not really you, it's really just the client themselves. Like one thing I do notice on here is that some clients are a bit more costly, energetically speaking, than others. Yeah. But let's just a second. 1, 2, 3. Why did I have that dream last night? Okay. Let's see. So my guy's ancestors are looking at me. So the dream that she's implying, talking about like, why did she have it last night? Why? Chrysopolis 2, 3. Why did she have this particular dream? Why? 6 of Swords. The Chariot. It could have just been your subconscious. Because 6 of Swords, like you already know, like Swords is mental. So this is like moving past something, but the Chariot talks about something coming towards you, of course, and then Judgment is something like being brought back up. 4 of Swords, Knight of Cups. About Knight of Cups, 2, 3. I think it was your subconscious or something that you were emotional about. So honestly, I think it was just like your brain bringing something up that either maybe like emotionally speaking you're not over per se, maybe not completely over. I don't know if something may have triggered you during the daytime, and mind you, like sometimes it's not even things that we think we're not seeing. It could just be like your subconscious catching on to something that went over your head. Let's see here. Tell me why else did she have that dream? Chrysopolis 2, 3. There's also maybe some sadness kind of associated with that Queen of Cups. Maybe some sadness or disappointment over something that you had wanted or just kind of like desired somewhat, or something that may have upset you. I have no idea. Why else? The Hangman. How would I say this? You may be more stuck on something involving a connection or a choice more than you think you are. Kind of like a little bit more hung up on it in the background, even though you may have like kind of cut it off in real life, or made a decision, or you kind of like just like made a very blunt, direct decision here. Yeah, Queen of There's something that fires you up still. I don't know if you felt slighted or you felt or at one point you wanted to get back at somebody, or there's just like this underlying anger. Yeah, Eight of Cups, let's see here. Something that you thought you walked away from, and it's just kind of like circulating at this point. So that's why you had the dream. I don't think it really meant anything. It's just more so of like, um, your subconscious like brought it back up. Now, was there any meaning to it? Was there any actual meaning to it? First off, is 2, 3. Knight of Pentacles, the Sun, Knight of Wands. It was meant to highlight something to my Knight of Wands, 2, 3. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, I see here. Meant to highlight the difference between somebody being like very in and out, or unreliable, or something coming in fast. Like the difference between that and then something stable. Or make you realize that maybe something that you thought was going to give you a lot really wasn't the case. It was just kind of like like my friend would tell me, shit that's spray painted as gold. Tell me more here, 2, 3. The Hierophant, Temperance. Some more Temperance here, 2, 3 here. King of Pentacles, almost like to just like remind you in the case that like said individual or whoever else or whatever it was about really isn't as stable or as grounded or as reliable as you thought. Almost like letting you know, like reminding you like, hey, this was never really stable and it's not your fault. So even if said individual moves on or this situation gets better and you're not a part of it, just remember the actual truth behind it. So that's basically that. That's what I get. All right, Philomena, go ahead with any question. Okay, I think it's up right. Thank you. You're welcome. What's coming towards me in love? All right, give me a second. That's Oracle deck. There you are. All right. Rising and sex will protect me. So what's coming towards Philomena in love? What's coming towards her in love? What's coming towards her in love? First off, please. 1, 2, 3. Let your friends help you. Getting to know each other. There could be somebody that there could be somebody coming towards you that's mutual friends with other people. They may be watching you wedding. I want to see about that one. Why that's there. Forgiving and learning. Separation. This could be the one. There's also something about like letting go, like fully, like in a mental sense, letting go of a connection from your past that maybe you thought like it could have been with somebody that you may have thought you would have moved on with long term. It's almost like having closure in this situation. Now that that person would come towards you, it's just more so of like seeing this situation for what it is. Now, if this doesn't have to deal with a specific person or whatnot, it's more so of realizing why certain things may not work out. That not everybody is meant to be in your life. And then with the whole, like, this could be the one thing, not to easily believe that things are going to take off just because somebody may act a certain way. But tell me about wedding for Southeast 2, 3. Codependency, I see here. But for the mutual friend, I would say, or the potential mutual, I would say just be careful because they could still have ties to somebody that they were with or whatnot. If it has nothing to do with that, with the wedding and codependency here, that would talk about sticking to certain beliefs that you have. And depending on what they are, they may be outdated. And if they are, there's a need to kind of throw those in the trash or whatnot. Or you're kind of like reconsidering some standards. So that being said, tell me more about all of this, what I'm seeing for Southeast 2, 3. 6 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, the Sun, and then 6 of Cups. So not 6 of Cups, 2, 3. The Moon, I can see now, and then 8 of Swords. So there may be somebody coming around you with the 6 of Wands that they could be popular or somebody that's successful, and they seem like they look good, or I don't know that they are a good option, but there's a part of you that wonders, or may wonder, should I say, if you should invest in them because you're doing so well. This person might seem like they're a positive force in your life. Also could have Leo in their chart. But again, it's like you may wonder if you should invest in this person because you have your 8 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So it does talk about like being in your head, of course, and being a bit anxious sometimes because you have your 6 of Cups in the Moon. You may still have some anxieties revolving the past, which would kind of go alongside with the whole like forgiving and learning, the separation, and this could be the one type of thing. So maybe getting over past beliefs or something that may have happened in the past here that still kind of makes you anxious. It's like you know better now, or you're coming to that place of clarity. Um, and again, here there could still be a reason, like depending on who this is or whatever they've got going on, there maybe need to be cautious because there could be something in regards to maybe their past that either they're hiding or they're not being too honest about. Let's see here. The 8 of Swords, the Hierophant, the Page of Pentacles. I do see opportunity for a relationship coming up. Could be with a Taurus, doesn't have to be. Tell me about that. So please, 2, 3. Yeah, 6 of Pentacles again could definitely be with a Taurus placement. 3 of Wands, they could be at a distance. 8 of Pentacles, how many of Pentacles? 2, 3. King of Pentacles again, Taurus. They don't have to be here. But this is somebody, I think they'll definitely, put in the effort and be a stable individual in your life. Tell me about the other person I saw. It's cards 2, 3. The Star, King of Swords. Could be Aquarius, whoever that is. 9 of Cups. Seems like somebody that's in a good way, like, not in a good way, I'm sorry. Seems like somebody that's, intellectual, very logical here. Seem dreamy. Maybe kind of like wish fulfillment, like your type. Tell me more about it. 2, 3. Yeah, 2 of Cups could be a soulmate connection. Yeah, something that's passionate, and then that wants to pop up. But then you have your Justice and 9 of Swords. That could be telling you that maybe when it comes to this specific person, there's a need to really, balance out your thoughts so that way you don't get anxious or do things the right way. That way the situation doesn't bother you. So as far as like what's coming in for like towards you when it comes to love, maybe about 2 options. Maybe one's an air sign and the other one's an earth sign. Seems like the earth sign one is somebody that would definitely take care of you and you'd have something long term with. And I'm not saying that with this air sign you can't have anything long term with them, but there's a need to be kind of cautious because again, 2 of Cups is a soulmate card, but there's different types of soulmates. And maybe this one might be a bit karmic. I mean, every soulmate is karmic, but some are just strictly for lessons, is what I would say there. But that's what I got. When are they coming in? I can ask. When's the earth sign coming in? When is he coming in? How many weeks? Weeks to months. How many weeks to months is this person coming in? One card, 2, 3. Ace of Pentacles. So it could be, let's see here, 6, let's see here. Maybe a month to maybe 6 months. So I say anywhere between June to December maybe. As well as maybe a year from now. Because Ace of Pentacles can talk about a year. And what about the Earth? I think, who the fuck did I ask? What about the air sign? How many weeks to months could that air sign come in? 1 card, 2, 3. Judgment. So this is 20, so 2. So this person could potentially come in between like in 2 weeks to 2 months. So around like July-ish, potentially here too. So one comes in about like a couple months from now, and another one about 2 months from now, depending. So that's what I get. Whew, okay. There we go. Well, I'm gonna go. So thank you everybody that came out tonight. Everyone have a good night.